And welcome to Mesilla Valley News. Let's talk Tresco. Gino Aragon here with you this week. And we have got a great guest in this week with the TOTS program with Tresco. And if you don't know exactly what TOTS is, we're going to learn a whole lot about it for today. Of course, if you don't know what Tresco is, well, Tresco has been around for over 54 years and has been providing professional and individual services and supports and opportunities to people of any age with differing abilities, their families, and their communities that they serve. Tresco currently provides services in 12 counties throughout New Mexico and 3 main divisions: the TOTS Early Intervention, Day 1 Home Visiting, and Tresco Works as well. And of course, for all of Tresco's services, you can check out the website, trescoinc.org, or give them a call at 575-528-2200. And right now, like I said, we are going to learn all about TOTS Early Intervention because we have our guest, Olga Chavez, the Intervention Program Manager. And how are you doing today, Olga?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's kind of cloudy outside, but it's great.
I like to call it a little bit Eeyore-ish, for those of you that will get that joke. It's just a little gloomy. That's all it is. It's just a little bit, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll all find our tails and things will be happy at the end.
Of course.
But Olga, how long have you been with Tresco?
So I've been with Tresco for 6 years, going on 7 years next month. I'll be here for 7 years. Love the job. I do. I'll be honest. I do love what I do. Working with those families, people. I guess I'm just a people person.
Yeah. Well, everybody that I've met at Tresco so far is a people person, and they don't even realize it.
Of course.
There are some people that say, like, no, I don't want to be in front of the camera. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, we were having fun. I won't mention any names. So, but thanks to Stacy for all the work that she does. Anyway, while you've been here with almost 7 years. So what was that journey like? What was it that actually brought you to Tresco?
So before I came on to Tresco, I worked at Las Cruces Public Schools as an educational assistant. And then, you kind of get into that, rut where I need something different. So I worked with kindergarten all the way up until middle school as well. And then I saw something that popped in and said 0 to 3. I said, hey, let's work with babies.
There you go.
I mean, and I think that's what caught me. And I said, I want to go work for Tresco. So that's what brought me in.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So basically, working with other kids, you decided, let's go ahead and go for that 0 to 3 age, because and honestly, that's an awesome age because that's when they're really discovering everything. And that is really cool on there. But the TOTS program, what is it that you do for the TOTS program?
So I am the program manager for TOTS. And if for those of you that don't know TOTS, what it stands for.
I have no idea.
So TOTS stands for Tresco Outreach Training Services. As for some people that didn't know that, I know there's some people out there that don't know what TOTS stands for. That's what it stands for. And like I said, we've been around for 43 years now.
Wow.
TOTS.
Yeah.
Since 1979.
Wow.
So
that's a long time, and that's good because for things that have been around a long time means they're doing something right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So TOTS has nothing to do with taters.
Nope.
Nope. Not at all.
Only at lunchtime.
Only at lunchtime. Sometimes, not every day. Yeah.
Right.
So, like you said, the program's been around for a while. So, what exactly is the TOTS program? What is it that the TOTS program does for?
So it just what it sounds. It's early intervention. We're there to prevent or to help those kids that might have struggles in their development. And some parents, don't see it as a delay. But when we go in there and look and say, you know what, he's not talking, maybe he needs a little bit of a push, and we're in there to help them get that push and get them to where they should be to reach those milestones. So I think reaching their milestones before they get to school, we're there to prevent that.
Yeah. And of course, if you are getting those milestones before you get into schools, and that means you're likely to go ahead and be more successful and socially everything else that goes along with that when you're able to go ahead and do that. And so that is a cool thing. And it's very interesting that a lot of parents don't think about these things because kids will have their own way of communicating some things, and parents pick up on that. I used to speak fluent toddler for a while, but if you don't practice it, you kind of lose it a little bit right
Exactly.
there. So that and the funny thing is, so many different toddlers speak different toddler variations.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yes.
one of those things. And
Mhm.
but it's not just speech. There are other things that you're looking out for and everything else as the individual child, correct?
Oh, yes, yes. So as we get out there, and like I said, we go in there and do a screening,
Hmm.
and that screening is an overall screening of all the domains, which is from speech to physical therapy, occupation, gross motor, any of that.
Hmm.
And so we look at all areas, and if we see that there's something that is delayed, and that's when we provide services to them in
Okay.
those
So you have
areas.
to go through that initial screening, kind of figure out where everything is, and then
Mhm.
from that point, what are some of the other things that you kind of the offers or some of the things that you can get to them?
So we also offer, besides speech therapy, we provide physical therapy,
Oh, yeah.
occupational therapy. We have a family therapist, social work. We also provide a communication class that we have. We have service coordination out there. We also do nursing services as well.
Mhm.
A lot of people don't ever realize that we can provide nursing services to
Oh,
babies that are born with delay in them. I mean, they may be born with something and they don't know where to reach out to. So
okay.
that's what we're there for, to help them.
And that's one of the things that it also is an overlaying theme over everybody that I've talked to with Tresco,
Mhm.
especially when we're dealing with the kids,
Yeah.
is that you're not just helping out that child, that you're helping out the family along with that, and some of
Yes.
the things that they can offer.
To help them move forward,
Yeah.
so before they reach school age, or even, we transition them into public schools, which is at 3 years, which is the DD program, the
Hmm.
developmental delay program. And then from there they get a little bit more help, and so hopefully by the time they reach kindergarten, they won't have anything. So, we're there to help with those milestones, and a lot of parents sometimes, like you say, don't think about milestones. They think it's, they'll outgrow it,
Yeah,
but then
it'll get to them. Um, and how many people do you have working for you right now? What's your staff like?
so right now we have in our department, we have about 30, I would
About
say,
30.
about 30.
And
Mhm.
these are in varying departments, and of course, you have when you do your screenings, do you do those at home or do you do those in?
We do them in the natural environment. So,
Okay,
but we can also go to, as long as a parent is present, so we can go to the home. If they're at the daycare, as long as the parent is there, we can do it there. They can come to the center. So we go to wherever the parent tells us to go.
okay,
Pretty much, we're very mobile.
okay. So, like, if I wanted to meet you at the Sonic, no, I'm just kidding. Not
Hey,
that.
why not?
Well, why not? Then you can get some tots. But anyway,
There you go.
uh, and your staff, of course, I'm sure that they're very good at what they do. And also, the what kind of area do you cover as far as like between Las Cruces and the surrounding areas,
So
or?
we do the surrounding areas, which is all the way from Santa Teresa, Sunland, Anthony, all the way up to Hatch to Sierra County.
Okay.
So we're also in Sierra County as well.
Okay, so you do
Mhm.
Doña and Sierra County.
Mhm, mhm,
Okay.
mhm.
And I saw if it was anything like the day one program, when I saw the number of cities that are within those counties that you guys work with in general,
Mhm.
that's a lot of places. So,
It is. It's a big area that it's spread. So
mhm.
we have therapists that travel from TRC all the way to Sunland sometimes, just trying to meet those families. But we're there.
But you're there, and that's the important thing, that you guys are there. So when the parents call in, like if somebody did have a questions about the program or anything, or wanted to come in and have
Mhm,
a one of the evaluations done,
mhm, mhm.
what does that start off with? I mean, do they give you a call? Is it somebody that's referred to them, or?
Anybody can refer.
Mhm.
Grandma, aunt, anybody, a friend. And then what we'll do is we'll call them up once we receive that referral. And once we get the referral, we'll call the family, like I
Mhm.
said, and then from there we'll do an intake with them. And at that intake, it's more to gather information as far as like the routines of the kid, and what is he doing, what is he not doing. And then after we do all that, that's when we set up for our evaluation.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay,
Mhm.
so I mean, that's where it begins, and
Mhm.
then once you've done that intake or that screening there, you
Mhm.
kind of evaluate where you have to go from there,
Exactly.
and like you said, each of those is basically tailored to that child and that family, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
Yep. Mhm. All our services are tailored. It's all family based. So, you know, our family can come in and say, you know what, I just want a speech therapist. And we're like, yeah, you know, we can get you speak. We also have developmental specialists that help, you know, along because the development specialist works in all areas.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So they can help them out with all the areas, and now they're not necessarily speech if that's what they want.
Right.
That
Hmm.
okay, and you know, and it's always has to come up, of course, because you offer this service, and one of the first things, and could be sometimes a lot of the parents are thinking about, I can't get this done because I just can't afford it.
Hmm.
You know, and as far as I know the answer, but we have to talk about
Of
it.
course.
As far as the cost of your services or anything else like that, what
Right.
does it
Mhm.
cost the parents to go ahead and get this done?
It is free, no cost.
No cost to the parents right
No
there.
cost.
So that means there's no reason for somebody not to call in and say, "Hey, you know, can you help me out for a second? Or maybe you can evaluate." I mean, it might be that they're just right on track with getting all their milestones.
Right.
It might be that they're just shy. It might be that they could be doing very well on some things, but not others.
Exactly.
But it is that first call that comes in. It's that first time that
Hmm.
you have to take that step. And if it's free, why not?
Exactly. You know, and it's an entitlement program that we have here in New Mexico.
Hmm.
Some other, and you know, early intervention is offered throughout the nation,
Hmm.
you know, but here in New Mexico, it's an entitlement and it's free at no cost to any of our families.
Absolutely. And that is awesome right there because I do feel that, and especially these days,
Hmm.
you know, everything is costing more. And the fact that you guys are still able to provide these services and everything at no cost to the parent
Hmm.
is something that is pretty nice and pretty awesome.
Hmm.
And I suppose that has a lot to do with some of the higher ups doing what they have to do in Santa Fe, or
Hmm.
maybe like when we spoke with a few months ago when they were making their trips to DC and to get
Oh,
all these
yes.
funds for everything that you guys do. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that you're very thankful for everybody that gets all that money stuff taken care of, so that the parents don't have to worry about it. And as far as you know, the impact on these families when they do get those services, can you notice a lot of that within the parents and the kids as far as how they feel when they do get these services?
They do. So we have families that are returning families. They just have a baby and then they have another baby. So
That's kind of
we,
the way it
mhm,
works sometimes. Yeah.
mhm. And but you know, we've made that impact on those families. And then they tell their friends, the cousins, hey, it just keeps going. And so it, you know, they start telling them, you know, how it impacted them as a family and how it impacted the child.
Mm.
So I think it just keeps going and going. So
Yeah,
mhm,
and that's the best kind of referral is this to
mhm,
somebody else that if they keep coming back to you, like I said, you've been around and serving the community for such a long time
right.
that obviously you're doing something right. That obviously there's some of those children that have been out there that may have taken advantage of the services. In fact, I think it was mentioned before that there are some people that have gone through the day one and the TOTS program and have eventually ended up working for Tresco
They
because they've been
have.
around for so long,
Yes.
which is it's a weird way to kind of come full circle like that and to be able to go ahead and give back.
Exactly. Oh, yes. It is.
That is awesome. And like I said, your staff is doing a great job as far as that. Having to cover such a large area,
Mhm,
is that
mhm.
something where you are just need a certain number of people to go ahead and get that done? Like, if somebody's watching this or listening to this right now, and they said, "Man, that sounds like it would really something that I could do," would they be able to go ahead and see about maybe helping you guys out in
Mhm,
one this program or maybe some of the others as well?
mhm, mhm. Yeah, so like I said, we cover a wide area, and it as long as you're within the Doñana County, Sierra County, we can go. We can make it.
You could make it actually, yeah, because
Mhm.
everybody's going to count that mileage up. No, I'm just kidding. I know how that works sometimes. Now, one of the things that was really cool, and I was going to have it ready for us here, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it up right now. And that is, of course, you guys have a specific website that you can go to, which is the totsnm.org. So if they had questions about that, you know, what would they do to go ahead and get that going as far as visiting that site? They can get information up there and be able to, if they have any questions, I'm sure you have some FAQs or other stuff about the website. Talk about the website for just a little bit.
So the website itself has information about the programs and the services we offer. And if they're needing more information about it, they can make a referral right then and there. They can even call. Everyone in our office is trained to take a referral and give information out to anybody that needs the information.
And I see that, we're taking a look at the website right now. You've got some of the locations here in Cruces, Anthony, and TRC.
Right.
So you've got those. If you just had questions about the services, I see that tab up there for that. And of course, the ever-present Q&A. Some of those most often asked questions that are up there, I'm sure that they can get that. And of course, they can even take a look at some of the leadership team that you have up there. There you go. Look, who's that?
That's me.
That's you. And then there's Michael as well.
Yep.
But like I said, the one thing about this is that even not even having to call, just going over to the website at totsnm.org, there's a lot of things that you can find out about how the program works and to answer some of those questions. And then again, you've also got those contacts right there where you can go ahead and contact them and ask those questions right off the bat or get some more information. If you have specific questions, maybe something that's not covered in that Q&A, that you can go ahead and get over there. And like you said, they can contact you to get signed up. If somebody says, you know what, I think somebody told me about your program. I'm curious about what it is or how it works. And then, of course, like you said, family members refer other family members or other things like that. So there's different ways, all these different ways where they can go ahead and take advantage of your services or at least get it started.
Of course, yes. And like I said, anyone within our program can do a referral and answer any of those questions. We're all trained to give those answers because sometimes even our admin who take the referrals are out there answering those questions, but it's just neat that, sometimes we have grandmas asking, so what is the program about? What is it you guys do? Because some people don't even know what early intervention is. And so then they start explaining it to them and they're like, oh yeah, then that's what I'm looking for. So
or they have an idea of what Tresco is because of course because I'll be honest with you, I've known about Tresco for years.
Right.
But most of that has been through their Tresco Works program because I know a few people that go through that program and they get jobs and other things like that. Or you've seen some of the people that work for Tresco that are out there. And so I've known about Tresco for years in that respect, but I did not know anything about the Day One or the TOTS program until I started actually talking with everybody here. And then basically through some of the stuff that everybody does and with radio that and some of the ads and stuff, I kind of hear about things. And then a friend of mine got a job with you guys. So I started going like, wow, this is a really cool and interesting program. And then, so you don't really know about a lot of these programs, but then you hear about it and you're curious and you want to know more. So that's, give them a call, stop on by, check out the website, and you can get a lot of that information right there. And we've talked about this before as well, where some of the parents are just afraid to come in because sometimes they don't want to know.
Right.
I'll take the guy standing on this one. So guys don't like to go to the doctor because all the doctor's going to do is tell you what's wrong with you. And, that's that one. But some parents are afraid of that. Something that your staff has learned to deal with as well. Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Because they do have that stigma, sometimes when they hear even just Tresco. But I mean, we're a department within Tresco, Children's Services, and TOTS is one of them. But just talking to the parents and telling, we're just here to help, you don't have to have that, how would you say it? Like that stigma of people saying, oh, you're with Tresco, but no, not at all.
I've never heard anybody say like that specifically with Tresco, but I have,
no.
I have had people that have that feeling that like they don't necessarily want to say recognize maybe something that there could be some delays or there could be some issues that could be going on. And like I said, sometimes parents just aren't sure.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're afraid of finding out some of the things and what that means. But what you guys do for the families and bringing the whole family in and working with the families and the children to go ahead and make sure that they understand what's going on.
Exactly.
And it's all for the child.
It's for the benefit of the child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I said, sometimes the parent could be worried about something and make a mountain out of a molehill, where it could be something that could be worked on very
Oh,
easily
yes.
and everything
Mhm.
else like that. And then of course, once they get into the program, you mentioned it before, they get very happy with it. They recommend their friends, they recommend their family. The
Exactly.
next child they come up to say, "Oh, let's go ahead and get this done earlier so we can go ahead and take a look at everything."
Exactly. Yeah. Mhm.
And I like the fact that this company in general, everybody that I've talked to
Mhm.
says it's such a great place to work and
It
everything
is.
because of that whole
Mhm.
family issue.
It is. Yeah. I think of, when I work with Tresco here, I think of it as my work family.
Your
This
work
is my
family.
work family. Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there like an older brother that you just want to go? "Arr," I'm just kidding. I do that every once in a while because I'm the oldest in my family, and I
Oh,
usually get that.
yeah.
My
No.
siblings don't like to hear that I'm the favorite, but that's their problem.
Oh.
No, and it is very much a family atmosphere with everybody
Yes.
that works here, and
Mhm.
that sense of family really does transfer over to all of the other families that you're helping and all the other children that are working out. And
Right.
I think that's one of the best things when we talk about a community or an atmosphere that is with this company that is there. And
Mhm.
I would say, would you agree, from like top to bottom, from the people that are out on the road talking to the families all the way up to the administration where this whole company is? Would you agree?
I do. I
Uh,
agree. Exactly.
and I'm not just saying that because you're a
No.
boss
No. No.
and you have other bosses above you that could
Of
be watching.
course. Yes.
No, it is very much a great company, and they do really, really good things. Now,
Mhm.
if anybody wanted to give any questions directly about TOTS, they do have the website, totsnm.org.
Mhm.
Is there a number that they can call to get directly to the TOTS program?
Yeah, it's our number to reach us would be the 575-527-4900.
Oh, awesome. And if anybody wanted to get a hold of you, can they email you or call you? Or
They can email, they can call me directly to there, and our admin connects me straight to me. But if you need my email is ochavez@trescoinc.org.
Okay. And like I said, any questions, like you said, everybody is trained for an intake. So
Everybody's
if you
trained.
ask a
Mhm.
question, somebody's probably going to be able to answer that or
Of
refer
course.
you to the person
To the
that can
person.
get that answer for you. That
Exactly.
is awesome. So
Mhm.
make sure to go ahead and check that out. These programs are really great. If you are worried about that, or you have a little worry about anything that goes on there, talk to somebody and they'll be able to answer those questions for you here at the TOTS program and any program, of course, that Tresco works with. You
Mhm.
can always go directly to the main website, which is the trescoinc.org, or give them a call at 575-528-2200 to go ahead and get all of the services right there. If you had any question about their other services, and of course, specifically with TOTS, they have the
Mhm.
totsnm.org website. And you said the phone number 575-527-4900. So just ask the questions. You don't get the answers until you ask those questions. And if you
Mhm.
are worried about something, if it could be a delay or there's something that you're just not sure about, like I said, it could be absolutely nothing to worry about, but it's free.
Mhm.
Get the screening, make
Mhm.
it work, and then you can just kind of go from there.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
And like I said, with as many people that work here and the great job that they do, before you know it, the next one that comes along, probably one of the first things you have planned to do is go ahead and call Tresco to go ahead
Mhm.
and help out with that. So, is there
Yep.
anything that we might have missed, or anything that you wanted to cover? Anything coming up that with the TOTS program that you wanted to talk about?
So with the TOTS program, we're out in the community a lot.
Hmm.
You'll see us out there in the community. There's an event, you'll see us out there. Even the day one program, we work hand in hand. We do have an event coming up here next month, which is our child find event.
Okay.
And at those events, that's where we give information out to our families, to the community,
Hmm.
about what we do and where we work and any of that good stuff. But we have one coming up September 17th. We don't know the location yet. We're
Hmm.
still working on location, but be on the lookout for that. We will be putting that up out there and posting flyers on that as well.
Okay, cool. Do they have an events page at the Tresco Tots or at the Tresco Inc. Facebook? That's right. So
Yeah,
your Facebook page
Facebook.
would be the best place to go ahead and get that.
Yep.
And I think I've followed the Facebook page as well. So that will keep you up to date on any of the events that are coming up. So
Yep.
when you do get a place for that
Yeah.
event,
Mhm.
and what kind of event is that? You said a child find?
It's a child find event. So what we mean by child find is that's for the community. That's where we bring in our families, and that's where we give them information about our programs.
Okay.
That's why they're called child find.
Okay. So that's not like somebody just look over and say, "Hey, I found one." That's not the right thing,
No, it's
right?
not because we found a child.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Darn. Oh, well. No, that is great. And so once again, you can follow the Facebook to go ahead and keep up with any of the upcoming events that are going on. If you have questions, to go ahead, get out there and talk to somebody in person. The website, give them a call. All these ways that you can go ahead and get a hold of Tresco to ask any questions that you might have about the entire program, and any specific questions about the TOTS, early intervention, the day one program, and even the Tresco Works program. So to remember that, the main website is Tresco Inc., and it has links to some of the other stuff and information that you have there. So thanks a lot for coming in, Olga. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to go ahead and talk about this program. And we'll give it a couple of more weeks, and we'll be back with more Let's Talk Tresco on Mesilla Valley News. Just once again, if you have any questions about TOTS, tots@m.org, and of course the main website for Tresco